wants to be seen, you know? She'll take this anger and this hate and turn it into something different. She'll try to make it magic. She's smart. She's cunning. She's got an agenda. And I feel like she's going to focus on love with a purpose, you know? But
What is what does love with a purpose
love with a
mean?
purpose is love
Me-
with comfort. Basically being like, maybe I can love somebody who's got money.
Well,
So
similar to the person that she just loved. As
exactly. Well, exactly.
a quote unquote air quotes for the word love.
This person she relied on,
Yeah, I
you
can't
know?
really see her settling down with someone that doesn't have money, but what do I know?
Well, I don't see her settling for anybody that won't love her. You know what I mean? Like she wants real love, but she wants love and comfort. So it doesn't mean that she's going after like a gazillionaire or something like that. You know what I mean? Someone who's got a wealthy businessman, somebody that can take her out and, you know what I mean? And also come home and give her that love so she can like purr like a kitten on their lap. You know what I mean? But also be out public and be like, look, I'm your wife. Be proud of me. Because she's so used to the trophy effect, you know. But maybe somebody can actually love her for being the like being who she is as opposed to putting her on a shelf. I feel like she doesn't want to be on the shelf anymore. She did that for a long time, you know. She got a lot out of it, but then when everything came down, was it worth it? You know, that's
Right.
probably part of the flames,
She
you
was
know.
left with some stuff, but really not much. I mean, she had to leave her
No.
house and start over, and she is on this show, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but there are, do you have any feelings about her returning to the show? I mean, the show is over basically for this
Yeah.
season. It's coming back. There's cast changes every season, and there's rumors out there either way, but
Um, she's more of a mid-season return. You know what I mean? Like she's either gonna be in for another half season in the deep part or she'll turn in mid-season. I'm only seeing half a season for next year, you know? But then I feel like she'll be back with this like full part in or whatever, back as a full-on cast person.
after next
But I
season.
yeah, but I'm not sure if I just keep hearing mid-season, so I'm not sure if she is excused halfway through it or if she comes in halfway through it. It's a mid-season departure or arrival, but I just see the mid-season. I only see half a season with her in it. But
Interesting.
then after that, I feel fully resumed. Billboards are just
Interesting.
you know?
Things have
So,
happened. I mean, we've had situations where we start a season and it's not going well, and we need to bring in someone like Erica. Or we have situations like Kenya, who we just talked about, who start the season and something happens and then they're escorted out in the middle of a season. So
oof, yeah, no, that's rough. But
you
yeah,
see
I feel like
mid-season.
I see mid-season. Um, and I can't pin down if it's start or end, but they keep saying it's mid-season, start mid-season. So I feel like maybe that's probably after the legal troubles and her just kind of getting herself back up again and you know what I mean? And then coming in and then her just trying to be fabulous again. Like, hi, I want to be seen in a good light. If she starts the season, I mean, it's like being thrown Rotten Tomatoes at you, you know? Like
Yeah.
it's weird. I don't know. Something feels weird about it. So
Do you foresee someone that she would date? Like, is that on the horizon? Do you see it in 2025 or not necessarily this year?
I feel like later this year, more towards fall. Okay. And I feel athletic.
Huh.
So maybe some type of athlete of some kind. Because I'm looking at business, I'm looking at this, but what really stood out to me was some type of like athlete, something like a football player, something like that, you know,
Interesting.
or ex-football player, somebody who would have played football or basketball. One of those. It's not hockey or soccer. It's definitely like one of
Interesting.
those two sports. They feel really big, like 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". Like they just seem very statuesque type person. So yeah.
I could see this. I mean, look, maybe she'll meet someone age appropriate or semi-age appropriate that just has a shitload of money. I mean, that does
Well, I mean,
exist.
there it is. I mean, an athlete would be age appropriate and
Mm-hmm.
have a shit ton of money.
Mm-hmm.
It just makes sense.
Like an ex-athlete that retired and doesn't need to work anymore would be.
Exactly. That's kind of what it is, but they still like the limelight. So her being brought back onto Real Housewives would make perfect sense because not only would it be her rise, it would be his too as well. So we're looking at an opportunist, someone who wasn't. So I feel like, yeah, retired athlete is what I would go with.
Huh.
Somebody who's got the money but wants more and wants the attention. So
Well, she could give him that and he can give her money. It'd be a match made in heaven.
it's perfect. I feel like, and also I feel like they can love each other too. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? So it's not just full opportunistic. It could be a love match and just happens to be in what she needs and what he wants. You know what I
The
mean?
two are not always mutually exclusive, right?
No, not at all.
Well, look, as we wrap up, it's not like I had a theme to this show, but it turned out to be a theme. I mean, the one thing, like, I didn't want to lead you in the beginning, but like Teresa, Erica, and Kenya are all survivors. They're all scrappy and they all do seem to have a way to figure it out. With their
Yes.
pain and hurt, they do rise, and there are three kind of like alpha females.
Oh, absolutely. So this is like the Three Phoenix episode then. You know
Which
what I
I
mean?
mean, I didn't plan it that way, but now that I've gotten these vibes and readings from you, I mean, it doesn't shock me. It's just kind of like putting in perspective. Like, I actually picked three strong women, which wasn't really my plan for this episode. It's just kind of, we ended up there. Psychic
I love it.
Raquel,
I love good female rage that's turned into something positive, you know?
which is the strongest and which is more and most likely to do something to survive. I mean, we could argue that all day. I mean, I've got my own thoughts, but they've all been through a lot. Erica,
And
Teresa was in jail.
my heart goes out to each one of them because they are all very fierce. You know what I mean? I don't feel like they wanted any of these problems, you know? And I just really hope that they're able to take that energy with them and turn it into positive. And I feel like that's something that was also the theme between all of them. We can say that's all about the Phoenix rising, right? But all of them are trying to come back in a very strong manner to be like, look what I did, and in a positive force to come in being beautiful, glamorous, seen as somebody strong and positive. So I feel like we can look at this as being like the rise from the Phoenix, going through the fire, but also coming out strong and on top again. And I feel like each one of these women is so capable of being able to do that. So
I love it. Well, listen, you're going to be back. Everyone needs to go to Psychic Source and download the app, or you can just go to the Psychic Source website. And it is just enter code VELVET, pay $20, and you get a reading 35 minutes for $20, which, if you're doing the math, is 57 cents a minute, which you can't beat that.
that's a steal. That is
It's
a
a
really, really
steal.
great deal.
Right?
So,
I mean, listen, like I said, I'd like a reading every single day. It's Code
yeah.
Velvet, Psychic Source. You can go to the website, just enter Code Velvet. If anyone has trouble figuring this out, just DM me. I will walk you through it. And you can have a reading with any of the great psychics, or you can request Psychic Raquel. And 35 minutes for $20. Yeah, that is a great deal. And you will be back here very soon. Thank you for this reading.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure and such a
I
joy.
I could talk to you for hours, so I appreciate it. Enjoy this great day out there in LA.
You too. Have a great one.
Bye.
Bye.